Women are wondering, like, why aren't men wanting to get married these days? Why are men not even approaching me and talking to me anymore? Why are men checking out completely? Look at the risk reward of getting into a relationship with a woman, potentially for a family and kids. You know, if you want to sleep around and just like hoe it up as a dude, and salute, brother, go handle business. The game isn't the same for us.
Is that enough?
Can you find happiness? Can you find happiness and joy? For some men, it's great. But I think every man on a deeper level yearns for a family, yearns for that dream, like a woman that's supportive, nurturing.
Back in the days, most of the time, you would wait for someone to make the first move. It might be on the first date, it might be the third date, whatever. It could be the man, it could be the woman. But now, all my friends have noticed that the man has stopped making the first move. All my girlfriends are like, they're waiting. It's the third date, fourth date, a week later. He hasn't gone in for the kiss. He doesn't do any touching or anything. And I've asked my dude friends that are single, and they are like, you don't know where a woman's gonna go with that story anymore. I ain't touching nobody. And it sucks because the Me Too movement is so strong and so powerful for the people that need it, but it shouldn't ruin the maturity that we should have within intimacy and relationships.
Women of today love to preach about their independence from males, and they hope that laws protecting them will be passed. You can cease depending on us for everything if you think you can handle life on your own.
I don't understand where the "we don't need men" argument is even an argument. But the saddest part about it is that it's women's reaction in an age where men have expressed that they feel like the only value that they bring into a relationship or to the world is what they can provide. They talk about how they feel like they are not born with innate value like women are. So the reaction is to tell them, no, actually, that's not so valuable because we can actually do all that stuff ourselves. It's so messed up.
Many guys have issues with this, particularly in scenarios similar to the one I experienced with a good buddy who was suffering with an unmanageable amount of stress from a toxic wife and single mother. Handling. I made the decision to disregard her, viewing her as a bad example of feminism and the strain of being a single mother. Who came up on top?
Do we need men, in your opinion?
No, because they do nothing all day.
Do we need men?
No, like, they just sit there.
Do we need men, in your opinion?
No, because they're icky.
How did he find 3 tiny girls all dressed in just insane fashion? Tough world out there for men. It really is, both on this and the dating side of things. Somebody said, that's the same person 3 times. Thank you. That's what I think. Somebody else said, pay attention to me. You must look at me. I require attention, whether it's good or bad attention. I do not care. Just pay attention to me. Yeah, that's why they're all dressed like that and why they say things like that. It's all for shock value.
It is true that individuals in society often make fun of men just because they are men, which is absurd and unimportant. Men who attempt to discuss their issues face mockery, and denigration. Some women try to open up to guys by seducing them, but it ends up being shady and makes things worse. Not to mention how guys are forced to suppress their emotions by fathers and other authority figures because, displaying emotion seems to devalue a man. Why so many men suffer is understandable.
I don't like the "I don't need no man" mentality. What's your view on that?
It's all good. It's all good until you get to a certain age and stage when all you crave is a man and a child. You'll get to a certain age when no one cares about what you do for a living. I mean, my mum, for example, no one asked her, what was your job like? They asked her, how's Sadia? How's your husband? How's your kids? And that legacy, if you're going to be a boss, absolutely do it, absolutely. But at the expense of your legacy, don't do it like that. And men are part of your legacy. You need them to create a lifeline. So I would say absolutely go into that boss zone or whatever it is, but you can get into that boss zone while still being completely dependent. When I see somebody totally in boss zone and doesn't need any man, that to me, hyper-independence is trauma response.
Yes.
I'm like, yeah.
Men suffer greatly from depression, yet nobody gives it any thought. It is disastrous if a man declares, "We do not want a woman." However, it will just be a comedy if the woman brings up the male once again. It is a common misconception that men are flawed, yet this is untrue.
Hey, Shirley, I bet you need a man now. Oh, damn, you need a man, don't you? What that dog and that PhD got for it? Hey, Shirley, half a tank of gas. What that dog doing? Still don't need no man? You funny, girl.
Therefore, to all the women who claim they are single and do not desire a man, remember to value the things that men can do for you. Who, in your opinion, creates and constructs the automobiles you drive, fixes them when they break down, or maintains the lights so you can afford your appliances?
I sent a man a picture of me drinking my coffee this morning. He sent me back a video of his dick. So, it's not even 8 a.m.
I just had the worst first date of my life. I figure I'm just gonna tell you what happened and then we're gonna try and work our way back from there. My date invited myself along with 2 other women so that he could speed up the process of finding his perfect 3-way. I met this guy on a dating app and I feel like by all reasonable measures, he was pretty much just your average guy. Literally nothing in his profile could have prepared me for what was to come. We agreed to meet at this Italian restaurant that's about 15 minutes away from my house. So I show up in my Uber and I'm probably like 10 minutes early because I just usually show up early to things. I don't know. When I get there, he's standing outside the restaurant and I recognize him from his profile. So at least he's not a catfish. You know, we say hi to each other and then he's just like, okay, let's go inside and grab our table. He made a reservation, so the table was ready right when we got there. So at least that was nice. They bring us to our table and they seat us at this 4-top, which honestly isn't that weird if you think about it. We're really only sitting there for like maybe 2 minutes before this girl walks up, who I think at the time is just a waitress. But no, and you already know what's coming. She kind of just looks at me funny and then introduces herself just casually and I'm like, oh hi, like I'm Megan, and as she's sitting down, the next girl walks up. So all the girls are just introducing each other and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? He's just sitting there like completely fucking fine. And then she goes, oh, so like how do you know so-and-so? As in the guy. I'm just not gonna say his name because honestly, you know what? I should fucking say his name. Matthew. It was Matthew. And I'm like, oh, I actually don't really. This is our first date. So naturally my next question is, oh, well, how do you know Matthew? He looks me dead in the eyes and goes, I thought this was our first date. Yeah. I just thought that these other 2 girls were friends that he knew that were around. Maybe he invited, I don't know, people are weird. But no, he'd scheduled this date at the same time with all 3 of us to meet at this place. And why, you might ask? Well, you're probably not asking because I already told you he was trying to speed up his process of finding the perfect 3-way. We all left.
Not to mention the individuals who construct roads, operate the trucks, move the cargo, and ensure that everything goes without a hitch. When you wish to brush off the man's remarks, keep in mind who is still in positions of authority. You know who you call, mostly men, when your toilet clogs burst? And who do you see policing everyone on the streets?
Hey, I feel like this needs to be said, and I'm gonna say it right now. Don't come for me. I don't give a fuck. I feel like you have bougie girls, and then you have ghetto girls, and then you have girls like me. They're just a mixture of both. Why the fuck do y'all treat us like a stepchild? The bougie girls think that we're too ghetto, and then they think we're too bougie, and then the bougie bitches be looking at us like, oh, they just want to be like us, so I'm gonna just sit right here and hang with her just because she's still kind of aesthetically pleasing. And then you got the ghetto girls that be like, that bitch be turned, she be lit, she always the one with the money, but she thinks she better than us, so we finna act weird all night. Why? I'm a growing girl. Like, yes, I like to shake my ass and get drunk and look in my face and scream lure all day. But at the same time, I like sitting pretty. I do. I enjoy it. I enjoy reading. The fuck? I enjoy binge watching movies and just kicking it in a crib. I enjoy brunches and just ding, 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 all that. And then by the nighttime, I'm right there like, period. Period. What's wrong with that? Why y'all gotta make us seem like we're the weird ones? Because we know who we are. We know what we grew from and we know what we going to. What y'all not about to do is make me feel bad because y'all are afraid of change. Y'all think growing is being fake. She's being fake, sitting right there, constantly getting her nails done, getting her hair done, doing all this. That's fake. Real is just being how we was when we was little and not doing shit else but that. Who? Bitch, you got me fucked up. And then these hoes wanna, I can never act like that. I can't never, if I wanna shake my ass, I'm gonna shake my ass, boo. Like, I don't get no fuck. Like, y'all be really having me messed up. Like, yes, I am from Chicago. Everybody who on my TikTok know I'm from Chicago, and they know the way y'all see me on the internet is dead ass how I am in real life. And I don't judge people. I let ghetto bitches be ghetto bitches, and I be right there behind them. And I let my bougie bitches be pretty. I be right there with them until I want to be ghetto. And I'm going to do both when and whenever I want to. I'm a nice ass person. I don't like bullies. I don't like seeing a girl getting embarrassed because I'm going to be that girl that ghetto said. I'm going to check a bitch for her. Okay? Like, it's really levels to me. I'm a good-hearted person. I walk around, like, literally open to any and everybody. I'm very diverse. I don't give a fuck how anybody dress or they aesthetic when they hanging with me. It's never an issue, bitch. Come as you are, because I am, and we going to have a motherfucking ball. Oh, y'all, like, really be misjudging us, and I hate that for y'all. Because we really the real-ass bitches if you really want to get technical. Let's talk about it. So what's the problem? Boo? Hating ass bitches. Y'all mad. Real mad.
To be clear, however, males are not and should not be the ones accountable for protecting women. Women are fiercely self-protective. It is advisable to say no when offered the opportunity to assist a woman.
Let's talk about the new Bumble ad campaign and these billboards that went up recently. A vow of celibacy is not the answer. You know full well a vow of celibacy is not the answer. Thou shalt not give up on dating to become a nun. Bumble has been teasing a rebrand for a while, saying that dating needs a wake-up call. They've been using historic images of women who are exhausted from the dating scene, and then this is what they rolled out. What we know about this, number one, is women have raised their standards and it's working. These ads are so desperate. They're giving major pick-me energy and major where's my hug energy. Something to keep in mind is that women are the product when it comes to dating apps. Dating apps are here to make money. They are not nonprofit organizations, and the product that they are selling are people. Think about it. If dating apps really wanted you to find a long-term, healthy, happy, amazing relationship, even marriage, then why do so many of them have multiple month memberships that you can buy, year-long annual memberships that you can buy, or even Bumble has a lifetime membership that you can get? So if they really cared about you finding a great relationship, why do they have all those payment options? And nearly all dating apps have different tiers that if you pay money, you will get shown to more qualified matches, to better matches, more compatible matches. Because bottom line is they're here to make money off of you. When Bumble first came out, it was unique in that it positioned itself as female friendly or women friendly, because once a match happened, women were the ones who had the opportunity to initiate a conversation and send the first message. Now, back when I was using dating apps, I actually didn't like Bumble for this specific reason, because it puts men in their feminine energy. It puts men in their princess energy, with women needing to be the initiators.
She has a point, but the problem is that women almost never paid. It was always the men who kept the app afloat. Bumble focused on attracting women, and now they're paying the price, because when the money has to come out of their pockets, the picture changes. Most men don't get spectacular results, and only a small 20% really stands out, but those guys don't even bother to pay. Their genetics guarantee their victories. Bumble, what a curious game you play. They sell us the idea that women are raising their standards and that everything is working, but the reality seems more like a desperate strategy to push premium memberships. If they really wanted everyone to find true love, they wouldn't be offering those endless subscriptions. It's like they're saying, well, we didn't find love for you. but for a monthly fee, you can keep trying forever.
With the recent rebrand, they've also changed it so that men can send the first message. Because clearly, women aren't being as active on dating apps. Women aren't initiating as much. Women are just tired and fed up with the bare minimum effort. And so the apps are needing to do things to drive more engagement. This is yet another indication of how desperate they are. They've changed the one thing that differentiated them. Personally, I think this is a good move overall, just from my past preferences with using dating apps. However, it just, again, shows how desperately they need to breathe new life into this app because clearly they're struggling. There has been a huge rise in women practicing celibacy. The 4B movement from Korea has gotten some traction here in the United States, and women are just tired of settling for poor treatment and bare minimum effort from men when it comes to dating and relationships. Women have significantly raised their standards, many are practicing celibacy, and some have even decided to stop dating altogether. And these ads are completely gaslighting and shaming women for choosing themselves. Women are unhappy with the state of dating, and rather than address women's valid concerns, these ads are basically saying, nah girl, shh. Women are saying, no, we won't stand for XYZ anymore. And these ads are basically saying, nah, you know you want it. Stop it, girl. You're being silly. One of them literally has a woman's mouth covered. Interesting, huh? Women are saying no, and these ads are saying, nah, you don't really mean that. What does that sound like? And interesting how this campaign is targeting women and not addressing men at all. Bumble is supposed to be a women-friendly dating app, and these ads are literally telling women how to date and what to do with their bodies. They used to be about women making the first move, and now they're basically telling women what moves to make. Women are choosing celibacy and choosing to be single for a reason. Men don't generally choose those things. These ads were also done by their in-house ad team, and they are clearly written by a man or written by men. Like, I wonder if any women were even involved in the process of these. And likely they were, which kind of makes it even worse, right? Many people had to approve of these ads before they became massive billboards. And even though these ads are targeting women and essentially speaking to women, they're actually for men because these are the frustrations of men. These are not speaking to the frustrations of women. This kind of stuff is what men are complaining about. This is what men want to hear, but it's being directed at women. I saw another creator call this the Just Fuck Him ad campaign because basically that's what it's saying. Like, oh, you want too much. You need to settle. Your standards are too high. Just fuck him. Just fuck him already. And newsflash, you can be celibate and still.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.